Hi, it's Rebecca Loach here, and I wanted to jump on and make this quick video today for you about something that gets me really fired up and that I could go on rants on for days, but I won't. I'll keep this short. But it's this concept that somehow we are inherently broken, and that anytime there's anything within us that seems like it is out of balance or not perfect, that it's something that we need to work on and process and clear out or pull out of our energy field. And I worked for 10 years as a holistic nutritionist, and I focused on working with people on the whole body with the diet and nutrition, the physical health, but I worked a lot with homeopathic and herbal remedies and flower essences because I found that it really helped them to bring this awareness. The flowers and the herbs really helped to bring an awareness of what was happening emotionally that tied in with the physical body. And so oftentimes combining this with the energy work that I was doing, I was finding that people's health was so tied into what was happening in their personal lives, what was happening mentally and energetically and emotionally. And so oftentimes if something was showing up out of balance in the body, there was direct ties to what they were telling themselves, what they were telling themselves, or how they were behaving in their environment, or what they were surrounding themselves with. And a lot of the work that I did was to help bring this awareness up and to help the body heal. And so I used very specific remedies to help balance the body physically, but also allow those emotions and those thoughts to kind of move through. And so often what would happen is that it seemed for a while that people would get worse before they got better. And it wasn't that they were getting worse, it was just that all of these patterns that were so locked up and away, hidden away in their body, were able to have a way and a pathway to heal through. And so all of those emotions would come back up. And a lot of people would think that they were going backwards, but really all those things that they just locked away in a closet were coming out to be finally organized and released and rebalanced. And if we allow the body and the mind and the emotions to work through that in a way that it never had the potential or the ability to do before, then healing and transformation was always the end result on a much higher level. So often we find these things and we have these old patterns or these beliefs or these thoughts or parts of ourselves that we don't like, and we hide them away and lock them away like they're in a closet. And eventually that closet gets full and it starts to burst at the seams. And if we start to allow ourselves to heal by what I was doing is using energy work and flower essences, and I was using herbal remedies when I was a nutritionist as well, is to unpack the closet and allow each area of the closet to be cleaned and decluttered, and then we put the closet back together and it's all nice and neat. But what happens to the room that the closet is located in is when you open those closet doors and you start to pull all this stuff out, the room looks really messy. And that's just like our lives start to look like things are falling apart a little bit, or our lives start to look like, we're having old patterns and repeating things. But it's so important to remember that you're not going backwards. You're actually healing forwards. You're rearranging, you're taking the reins, you're becoming empowered and allowing yourself to actually take a look and heal through these pieces. And then we can resolve them once and for all. And what happens so often is that people get scared. They buy into this belief that sometimes is the belief that actually was locked away in the closet in the first place. This belief that they're broken and their old patterns are repeating and they're trapped and they have blockages that have to be cleared and freed. And so this is where we stop trusting ourselves. We stop trusting in the wisdom of our bodies. We stop trusting that our soul knows the way. And we start to look for a quick fix. And when we're looking for that, even though it sounds like it's about releasing the blockage, what can happen is that inevitably it's almost like we're allowing someone else to come in and clean our closet. And no one else is going to be able to do it in the way that works for us. I've had in my actual life people come in and help me organize. But if someone puts things away in a place that I can't remember where they are, I just end up making a mess again anyways, because I don't know where anything was put. So it's so important that we allow ourselves to process through when we're in this place of doing deep healing, when we're working with flower essences or herbal remedies or working with energy healing, that I really believe that an energy work or a protocol or a process, any healing that we're doing is so important that it's a facilitation that supports our own higher wisdom and healing. And that it's not that we're going to someone else to help to clear or balance or open those blocks. Because it's never going to be lasting and we're not going to learn the essences of what those lessons are for us. And so all of the work that I do with my clients has always been about holding space, helping to open those doors and helping to support through the process rather than just saying, you know, I can just clear that for you. I can just make that happen and clear that away. So when I talk about clearing in my work and seeing the blocks and clearing your energy field, it's about first having an awareness and then helping to support you as you do your own healing work, because that's what I believe will be lasting. So I hope that all is clear and makes sense to you. It's a rant that I have, I know, about how much we need to trust ourselves and how much we need to not get caught up when things look a little bit shaky and things look like they're going backwards. Just take a deep breath and just sit and take a moment of stillness and center in ourselves and to say, am I going backwards? Or is this a healing phase that I need to move through? And then to trust the answers that come. And this is an opportunity for us to listen more deeply into ourselves and to really, really trust the answers we get. Because the ego mind and the fear mind is going to want to keep us back and to say, no, there's something wrong. You need to get help with this. You need to fix this. You need to do all these things. And I'm not talking about medical conditions that actually do need interventions. I'm just talking about allowing the body to kind of move through these processes and giving it a little bit of time, taking support where you need it, but not to rush to conclusions that we're going backwards, but to just take that moment to say, okay, is this recurring thought pattern coming up again? Is it because I'm going backwards, or is it because this is finally ready to heal and move on its way? So that's my little tip for the day. I hope that helps. Again, if anything is happening and it really is a medical emergency, I'm not talking about that. So that definitely needs intervention. But I just wanted to give that other perspective for learning to trust ourselves and go along the process. And healing and learning and growing isn't always easy. It can sometimes look like we're going backwards, but it's a trust that if you are walking the path and if you're walking forward with the intention to heal, then you are always headed in the right direction and you can't be turned around. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and we'll talk again soon.